Wow. Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and we are driving, are my windows open? We're driving a 2012 Lamborghini Aventador, and this is the first year, I believe, for the Aventador. We got a 6.5 liter V12, and let's see if I can remember the statistics. I believe it's 691 horsepower, and if I remember correctly, about 508 foot-pounds of torque. And let me tell you something, you feel every bit of those. Now, they were not available in a stick, unlike the Murcielago, so you'll only have this single-clutch E-gear transmission. But as you know, driving these transmissions, you have to lift when you shift. Sorry, it's such a gloomy day in March here in New Jersey, so we're gonna have to deal with it. But this is the most striking Lamborghini I think I've ever seen. In this color yellow, it's like a yellow metallic, and it glows. If you know the exact name of this color, please, please, please comment below. All right, so nothing better. The Aventador is an event, and the Gallardo is for a little bit too, any Lamborghini. We've driven 720Ss on the channel. We've driven every Lamborghini. We've driven the Gallardo, we've driven the Murcielago, we've driven the Huracan, we've driven the Aventador, you name the Lamborghini, we've driven the Urus even, you name it. But I think the one that's the biggest event of all of them is this car, the Aventador. Now, Lamborghinis are named after fighting bulls, and if I could just figure out how to signal. All right, here's the signal. So the signal's on the stalk here. All right, so we're gonna downshift. We're gonna take this through a couple of S-turns, then we're gonna pull over and look at the interior and exterior features, and then we're gonna come back on some great roads, so make sure to watch the whole video. All right, so let's, now you really feel, now it's a single clutch transmission, so you really have to drive it smoothly. We're gonna downshift a second for this turn. You got real thick A-pillars. Now, I forgot to lift there. I have to lift when I shift. We're actually getting some decent weather. It's about 70 degrees here in New Jersey, which is warm for this time of year. And you really feel like you're in an amazing cockpit here. This is one impressive car. All right, so we're in sport mode. There's 3 modes here. Strada, which I guess is comfort, sport, and then Corsa, which is race. We'll put it in Corsa on the way back. You won't want to miss that. All right, so here we got some turns here. We're going to downshift it to second, and rev matches for us. Decently quick. You can really feel the almost 700 horsepower and the 500 foot-pounds of torque. So how does it feel? Well, it feels great. I mean, the transmission isn't the smoothest, of course, and we're driving in sport mode as well, but it's a fun car. When Tim told me he had another Aventador, I rushed down here as soon as I could. So again, we have the signal here. Unlike the Ferrari that has it on the steering wheel, and we're gonna be stopped at this light here. So remember, when we stop at traffic lights, it's a good time to subscribe. You wanna keep seeing videos? Well, support the channel. And guess what? You could support it for free. All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. All right, so we're gonna go through all these features in a minute. I'll show you how you do up and down the windows and climate control and all that good stuff. How you do the shifting here. All right, so we're in reverse. It automatically, I'm sorry, in first. I'm excited, I'm driving a Lamborghini. It automatically puts you in first gear when you stop, so you don't have to downshift to it. Now you feel that clutch going there. So we're gonna lift, shift, shift. There we go. So we were able to make it a lot smoother, or I was able to make it a lot smoother by just doing that. Now these roads are really bumpy for any car, so of course the Lamborghini, being an exotic car, is going to have a stiff suspension. All right, so it automatically upshifted us, so we're going to downshift it to third now, go some twisties up here, and then pull over. All right. This is an exciting car to drive. I think we're driving a 720S today, so definitely hit that notification bell so you don't miss that. All right, so now it downshifted. I could read our mind. Actually, in auto mode, it was pretty decent. It actually downshifted for those turns. When I lifted, it knew that turn was coming and put us in the right gear. So that's pretty impressive. All right, so let's pull in the parking lot. All right, guys, here we are, the 2012 Lamborghini Aventador. We have keys, very familiar looking keys, right? Do they look Audi-ish? Yes. Beautiful car. I'm telling you, this is the best Aventador I've ever seen in this yellow metallic color. Again, comment below. Let's see, we have ceramic brakes, P0 tires, like my McLaren had. This is a gorgeous car, all-wheel drive, right? So this is the LP 700. I guess in Europe it's 700 horsepower. Here it's about 691. And you have this magnificent 6.5 liter V12. Wow, I can feel the heat of this engine here. And there's the firing order, which is really cool. Beautiful back end. Special thanks to DCH Acura for providing the car. We got some road construction going on here, or some construction right behind me, so sorry about that. Here we go, Aventador. So everybody in the world knows you bought the cool V12. Close the doors, just put it down. Windy day. All right, so let's go inside. We'll look at the inside. Big scoops, air intakes for the engine. All right, now to close the door. Old hockey player getting in. All right. Closing the door, we're inside. We're gonna start it with our, essentially it looks like an ejector button here. Lift it up, that's your start and stop button. And now it'll fire to life. Got about a half a tank of gas for a thirsty V12. I think the mileage according to the EPA is 11 city, 17 highway. As you know, gas prices are going out of control, so keep that in mind if you buy one of these cars. So here we have the parking brake. Just up like you were pulling up a manual one. Down as if you were putting down a manual one. Pretend it was like old school. To go in reverse, you press the R. To go in neutral, you just click both paddles. Your shifter stalk is here for left and right directional. Some of your controls here we can go through. Mirror controls on the side here, lock and unlock. So the window controls are not on the door. They're actually here. So you can go up and down with the windows. Press down to lower, press up to raise. You got really thick A-pillars, really nice leather piping here, stitching. Rear view camera, we put in reverse. We're gonna press the R button here to put in reverse. And now we actually have a camera coming up. So even though it's 2012, we do have a camera. And then we can go, parking brake is off. So we can go in reverse, look to safe to move, as it says, of course. All right, now we're gonna put it in first gear by pressing the right paddle here. And they remain, just like a Ferrari McLaren, they remain on the steering stalk, not the steering wheels. So they have to be big so you can reach them. All right, so now we'll go back to the dealership and we're gonna drive it in manual mode and we're gonna drive it in sport. So to put it in sport, you're not actually pressing this button, you're going on the side here, right and left, and that'll put us in sport, which is the middle setting. So 3 settings, essentially a comfort, a sport, and a race. All right, you can really hear that engine behind you, and it's a hot day, so I need to put the air conditioning on. So remember, it's a single clutch, you feel that clutch slipping a little bit, and we're gonna lift to shift. So I made it smooth there. I guess if you did it enough, you could get used to it. Now, because it's yellow and a V12, people can really hear you coming. And also because New Jersey has terrible roads, you see kind of we're bouncing all over the place. Now, except in, say, luxury cars like a Bentley or something like that, we pretty much bounce in every car. This is obvious towards the stiff side because it is an exotic. It's fun to drive. I love the steering wheel. I mean, the steering wheel does remind me of some of the Audis I've driven, but that's a good thing, you know, Audi, Volkswagen making this more reliable. Now, this would be the star of any Cars and Coffee. I don't care what car you bring. If you have an Aventador in this color, you're the star of Cars and Coffee. Hats off to you. We drove a white one previously, and it doesn't get as much attention as this yellow one does. Like, people stop. That construction going on in front of me there, they like stop working when they see this car pull into the parking lot. All right, so we'll test it on some of these curvy roads up here. People can see you coming from a mile away. Oh, come on. Oh my. Come on, buddy. I think when you have a sports car, people do it on purpose, because when I go out in my S2000, people cut me off like crazy. When McLaren, you name the car, Ferrari. So either it's an inattentive driver who doesn't even look in their mirrors, which could be the case, or they just, they don't care, So I'm gonna wait. There's a little, we'll go into third here. Now there's no body roll. So all the SUVs behind me, their body, you can see the body roll in all these turns here. So there's going to be a little acceleration. This is a carpet. I thought it was roadkill, but it's actually carpet. So when we get up here, we could do actually a little acceleration coming out of this turn. Wow. That was nice. Now again, I should have lifted. I would have made it much smoother if had I lifted, which I didn't. All right, so now we're going to try it in comfort mode, which is Strada. So we're going to put it to the left here, and we're going to drive in automatic mode and see how it does there. So there is a little delay as it slips the clutch. Oh, wow. There's a big, it doesn't shift very well in automatic mode. All right. I think it's actually comfort mode because we were in sport mode before. So let's leave it in sport, and I think it's going to shift a lot better. Sport, it kind of did read my mind a little bit as far as shifting goes. It did put us in the right gear when we slowed down for turns. Yep, so there's somebody else now going in front of us. Oh, what are you gonna do? That's the reason I sold my Lotus Exige, is I love the car. It was such a brutal ride, so I had to drive 30 minutes to get to a decent road with turns. And then the whole time you had to deal with landscapers and people cutting in front of you and not seeing you because you were such a small car. And then I'm like, screw it, I sold it. And I shouldn't have, because I really love that car. All right, so we're still in auto mode here. We're gonna brake. It automatically put us from 5th to 4th as we were braking. So now the ride's still kind of on the stiff side. Who are we kidding? But that's, you know that if you're getting into it. But this is a great drive. It's not going to give you the fastest lap time with this transmission, but it's going to give you the most visceral driving experience. Now, if you're after the fastest lap time, you're probably getting a GT3 or something else. So this probably, isn't on your list for fastest lap time. But if you want to make an event and impress your significant other, your kids, people at Cars and Coffee, this is a phenomenal, phenomenal car to do it with. All right, guys, so we're stuck here. Again, special thanks to DCH Acura in Verona, New Jersey for providing the car. They have about 80 Glen cars in stock, everything from 992s to GT3s to AMGs to every Ferrari you can name, and Lamborghini, McLaren, so definitely check them out. Tell Tim Glenn sent you. And to help me out, get me to 20,000 subscribers. I'm at about 16,000 subscribers. So like, share, subscribe. You have a car friend who you know would appreciate these videos, and please share it with them. We're going to do a 720S video next. I'm not sure which one I'm posting first. So make sure to hit the notification bell. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.